Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Michalowski from ForexLive.com. This is a Kickstart video for September 11, 2024. Before I go forward, I'd like to remember those who perished on September 11th, 2001, including some personal friends of mine. So pray for them, pray for the families, pray for peace. In the Kickstart video, I take a look at three of the major currency pairs of euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, and sterling versus US dollar from a technical perspective. We just had the US CPI data come out. It was a bit higher than expected from a core measure. Shelter prices continue to increase, which is a concern and something that is just not expected. As a result, we saw the US dollar move higher. We saw yields move a little bit higher. We're seeing stocks come off a little bit, but it's just sort of a little bit. So let's take a look at the technicals that are driving those three major currency pairs. We'll start with the euro versus US dollar. Actually, looking at the stock market now, the Nasdaq has turned back positive for what it's worth. We're seeing yields come off the high levels as well, just a little bit, but still more toward the high. Let's take a look at this euro versus US dollar on the hourly chart. And we see the price moved to the downside here after the CPI data. The price moved below the low price that we saw from yesterday's trade, the low price that we saw in the Asian trading. That low came in at 1.1014. And the price low went down, I guess, around toward the 110 level before bouncing back to the upside. We're currently trading at 1.1016 as I speak. That's back just above the low prices that we saw in trading yesterday. So the buyers are trying to kickstart a little bit of a probe back to the upside. The next level on the top side to watch is probably this level right here. This level came in at 1.10258. And as you can see, it was a low price from last week's trading right here. It was also a low price from yesterday's trade, the Asian session, and then in the, I guess, early European session before it moved below that level and started to use that level as resistance. So watch this level up here for a barometer in the short term. If the price can get above that level, look for the 38.2% retracement at 1.10389. Above that, and there's really nothing up until the 100 and 200 hour moving averages, which are both converged at 1.1063 currently. On the downside, move back below the 110.14 level with more momentum, or with sellers leaning against that level, and probe down toward the 50% retracement of that move higher from the August low to the August high. Comes in at 1.09889. Break below that level opens the door for further downside momentum, maybe even the lower channel trend line here that was broken the other day. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen next on the hourly chart. We saw the price move lower overnight. There were some Bank of Japan official comments saying that, well, hold on, we may look to tighten rates further, so don't get too far ahead of your skis thinking that that's not going to happen when they meet next week. And that sent the price all the way down to below this red line right here. This red line represents the low price from 2024. You can see that if you go to the daily chart and you go back to this day right here. That low came in at 140.807 to be exact, and the low price in trading here today went to 140.70 before bouncing back to the upside. Going back to the hourly chart. Here you can see a little dip below that level, and we started to rotate to the upside of the CPI data, force the price back higher, or even higher, and above the low prices that we saw back here in August. This was the August 5th low after the or the Nikkei fell by 12.4%, and other U.S. stock markets got hit on that risk off or off of that carry trade. In trading on Friday, the price moved down toward that level. Found support buyers in trading. Today we fell below that level, but we're now back above those levels. So watch the 141.67, 141.75 as now support. It's a risk level for buyers now who think that the dollar versus yen has bottomed and is now reaching more to the upside. On the top side, we have the 100-hour moving average to prove that the buyers can take more control. Note yesterday we did move above the 100-hour moving average, but we held the top side of this swing area, getting back above the 100-hour moving average at a lower level today is an easier hurdle to get to and through at 142.776, but we still need to get through that level. Currently trading at 142.43. So watching down here as support, watching up here as resistance to get to and through to increase the bullish bias. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. And we did have weaker data come out of the UK trading here today, and that forced the price off of the highs here. And then we saw the increased momentum to the downside. It took the price below the low price from yesterday's trade, but we still remain above the 38.2% retracement of the August trading range. That's our minimum target on a corrective move. That level comes in at 130.36, and you can see we're trading at 130.62 currently at the moment, back above the low prices from yesterday. And so buyers are trying to make a play here. Ultimately, if the price is going to go lower, we need to get below the 38.2 of this trend move to the upside. If we can't do that, then this is just a plain vanilla correction in what is more of a trend move to the upside, and we'd expect to see the price move back toward this cluster of moving averages, including the 100-hour moving average, the 200-hour moving average, and the 100-bar moving average on the 4-hour chart. All those come between 130.114 and 130.132 on the top side. As I said, we're still a ways away from that area, about 50 or 60 pips away to be exact. But nevertheless, it's something doable, certainly between now and the end of the day, or certainly toward as we head to the end of the week. So be aware of that. On the downside, we do need to get below 38.2% retracement. So there you have it. A look at 3 of the major currency pairs from a technical perspective. My name is Greg McCloskey. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.